Sierra Lance, moving into attack position.
This is Sierra 2. Target acquired. The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Shit on the right's got me in sight.
S.L. Lewis Incorporated's Savannah Master is neither the most heavily armored nor the most heavily armed combat vehicle, but it just might be one of the fastest. Weighing in at 5 tons, hardly 3 times the weight of a 20th century automobile, the Savannah Master consists of little more than an engine, a cockpit, and a laser. Only one pilot is required, and there is certainly no room for any passengers. The Savannah Master is powered by a fusion engine, a rarity for a combat vehicle, which is given a rating of 25. The engine is so rare and complex, in fact, that the initial units had to be salvaged from an as-of-yet declassified planet deep in the periphery that just so happened to have a significant stash of Star League-era technology squirreled away. It was from these prototypes that the current engines were developed. This advanced engine allows it to reach a top speed of approximately 216 kilometers per hour on worlds with standard gravity and environmental conditions. This makes it far faster than just about any battle mech, and even mechs that operate anywhere near that speed of the Savannah Master must utilize Myomer-accelerated signal circuitry and the beefiest engine they can fit in their chassis to achieve that feat. In short, the Savannah Master can literally drive in circles around your average skirmisher or assault, and will leave scout mechs in the dust. While this hovercraft is technically armored with 1.5 tons of protective plating, it might as well not be, with said armor spread rather thin across the entire vehicle. This is thin enough that a hit from really any battle mech grade weapon would all but instantly vaporize the machine and pilot. Or at least do enough damage that the pilot will really wish they had been vaporized. Ugh. There aren't many variants for the Savannah Master, as the extremely limited space and tonnage severely limit options for customization. There is the Savannah Master SL, which removes the medium laser and replaces it with a pair of small lasers. Given the extremely limited range of these low-powered lasers, this variant is not popular. Some techs have experimented with squeezing in an electronics countermeasures suite, but given the other changes needed to free up enough weight and space for it, as well as the high cost of such a valuable piece of technology on such a cheap vehicle, this is almost unheard of. Speaking of cost, the Savannah Master will set a buyer back about 90 to 100,000 C-bills. This is on par with the cost of a single large laser, which likewise goes for about 100,000 C-bills on average. A Locust battle mech is usually valued at 1.5 million C-bills, so a buyer could instead of the light mech opt for a squad of around 15 Savannah Masters. Now, given that an Atlas sells for 9.6 million C-bills, and if supply is not an issue, an ambitious buyer could in fact purchase an entire swarm of around 100 Savannah Masters for about the same amount. Think of it, an Atlas or 100 tiny hovercraft. Personally, I think I'd go with the Savannah Masters, not for the fact that together they'd collectively have 100 medium lasers against the Atlas's 4 lasers and assorted complementary weapons, but because so many vehicles in the field would inevitably result in the world's most entertaining and probably deadliest bumper car ride. That is about it for the Savannah Master, a lightning-fast vehicle that I can imagine is only ever willingly piloted by those who don't mind a bit of drastically increased mortality. I prefer to stick to my own motto: live slow and die whenever. Preferably later. Later's good.